Welcome to another FPL video. Today we're covering the best budget goalkeepers, and in future videos we're also going to do the same thing for every other position. So let's get this video to 150 likes. I really much appreciate your support, and let's get straight into it. We're starting off with the only 4 million goalkeeper, and that's Paulo Gazzaniga. And I keep on saying this, Bernd Leno is very close to completing a move to Fulham, and if that's the case, Gazzaniga will go from second fiddle all the way to third choice, and then it doesn't really matter which 4 million goalkeeper we discuss because none of them really have a good chance of starting. But at the moment, Gazzaniga has by far the best chance of any goalkeeper. Even in pre-season, he started one of the 3 games so far, but it ended in a 5-1 loss for Fulham against Benfica. The other 2 games were started by Rodak, and in the Championship last season as well, Gazzaniga started 13 games, and he also kept 3 clean sheets. So the Argentine is definitely the best 4 million goalkeeper at the moment, but I wouldn't count on it. And if push comes to shove and Bernd Leno moves to Fulham, I probably would just go for a lower owned goalkeeper, and that prevents you from having a goalkeeper that goes down in value, and that might be very important for you at some stage in the season. So Paulo Gazzaniga is the best 4 million goalkeeper right now, but it might not last for too much longer. Up next is Jordan Pickford, who had a good season individually, and he even got 116 FPL points, and his ownership is 5.8%. But I'd still be very concerned about him and Everton's defence. He actually started on all 3 games for Everton during pre-season, but he kept no clean sheets so far. So once again, very concerned with him, despite some very good fixtures, especially after game week 1. And as you can see, 83 big chances conceded. That is way too much, only 7 clean sheets. And Everton might struggle once again in a relegation battle. They haven't really impressed too much during the transfer window so far. So I'd be very concerned about Jordan Pickford. I think he's one of the best 4.5 million goalkeepers, but I think there may be better ones, and we're going to cover them right now. I had David Raya in one of my earliest drafts. I think even the very first one that I actually made in the official FPL website. But as you can see with his ownership, it has slowly declined. He was close to 20% at one point. Now it's only 11.2%. He got 95 points last season with 8 clean sheets in 24 matches. And that's pretty impressive stuff. And Brentford have a very good start to the season. They're second in the fixture ticker for the first 10 game weeks on Fantasy Football Hub. But I'm actually a bit kind of conflicted about Brentford. I think they might struggle this season, second season syndrome as they call it, and Brentford haven't really impressed during pre-season, and no clean sheets in 3 games, very similar to Jordan Pickford. I still would prefer the Spaniard over Jordan Pickford, but he might not be my favourite 4.5 million goalkeeper any longer. He was at one stage, and with Eriksen also departing, I know it's not going to impact Brentford too much defensively, but it does impact the whole team, and I just don't know. There's too many question marks there. So Raya remains one of the best 4.5 million goalkeepers, and thus one of the best budget ones, but I think there are much better options in the higher echelons when you look at the 5 and 5.5 million goalkeepers, and I think there might be 1 or 2 in this price bracket that surpass Raya. So really good option, but not as good as he once was. Let me know who you think the best 4.5 million goalkeeper is. I think it might be Robert Sanchez, to be fair. He got 126 points last season, and his ownership is 14%. He's slowly becoming a more popular option than the likes of David Raya. And in terms of the pre-season, he's got 1 start out of 4 matches, but no clean sheets so far. Having said that, I still think he's the best option, but Brighton have actually weakened. They lost Bassoum in the midfield, who also offers that defensive protection, and Cucurella could be on his way to Man City, although there are some problems there, and Brighton are asking for £50 million apparently. But with Robert Sanchez particularly, I don't think his ceiling is especially high, but what I think he does have is the clean sheets over his competitors in that price bracket. I think Brighton still have the best defence, and I can see them getting 10 plus clean sheets once again. They got 11 in the last campaign, but you wouldn't be too surprised if there was a bit of a drop-off, not only in the defensive numbers, the underlying numbers, but also in terms of the clean sheets and the points that these defenders and the goalkeeper Sanchez gets in this instance. But let me know what you think of this one. Is Robert Sanchez the best 4.5 million goalkeeper? I think it's a very close one, but he just about might make it as the number 1 pick. We only have 2 goalkeepers left to cover in this video. Dean Henderson is someone that I was very tempted to mention in the best goalkeepers overall, but because I have a few doubts about Nottingham Forest, despite their very impressive summer window so far, I still was a bit hesitant to include him just yet in that list. But Dean Henderson is right up there. He's at the precipice. As you can see, all the stats you see on the left hand side are from the 2019-20 season with Sheffield United. So we're looking a bit further back here with Dean Henderson. And in the last campaign, he had no opportunities whatsoever, 0 minutes. The season before that with United, he didn't really impress. But with Sheffield United, 13 clean sheets, 97 saves, 16 bonus points, which is more than Alisson last season, and he was the highest scoring goalkeeper, and I think he also got the most bonus points, and 160 FPL points for Dean Henderson. He would have been second, I believe, in terms of the highest scoring goalkeepers with that 2019-20 season into account. He could do something similar, maybe not as much in terms of clean sheets and FPL points, but when you look at the defences from last season in the Championship, Nottingham Forest were the best overall, especially since Steve Cooper took over. Overall, I think it was Bournemouth who conceded the least amount of goals. In terms of the fixtures, though, as you can see on the right-hand side, it's nothing great. Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Tottenham at home, and Man City away are awful fixtures. I think Everton away is a decent one, but you still would expect Everton to score some goals there. So it's not looking too great, and I probably wouldn't start Game Week 1 with Dean Henderson, but he's someone to keep in mind maybe when they have a good fixture run, because at 4.5 million, he can once again be the standout. We're always looking for that 4.5 million goalkeeper. We had Nick Pope a few years ago, Emi Martinez, Dean Henderson himself, and maybe he can reproduce the goods once again. The final goalkeeper covered today is Illan Meslier, and I talked about him in the best goalkeepers video. He was the only budget goalkeeper to feature there. And Leeds have been decent during pre-season, and Meslier has had 3 starts, 1 clean sheet, and only 2 goals conceded. His ownership is only 3.2%, so he could be a great differential with those fixtures. Only 1 red, as you can see, with Chelsea, but they're in turmoil, so it might not be as bad as it maybe was once perceived. 143 saves last season is absolutely incredible. 8 bonus points, 106 FPL points, and he got even more the season before that when Leeds were able to keep more clean sheets. So I really like the look of Meslier, and I think Leeds have made some good signings like Christensen in defence, who has so much attacking potential, and I think him and Meslier could offer the best value in that Leeds defence. Bamford is back and he's starting games, so things are looking better even with the departure of Rafinha. What do you think of Meslier? I've seen a lot of you with the Frenchman in your teams, and I think it's a very good choice at 4.5 million. If I had to do a kind of top 3 list of all the goalkeepers covered today, Meslier would be in it alongside Raya and Robert Sanchez, and I think Dean Henderson just about misses out. And by the way, another kind of fun fact about Dean Henderson, Nottingham Forest have only kept 1 clean sheet in the 4 pre-season games so far, and Dean Henderson started the game, but he came off in the 30th minute mark for Wayne Hennessy, so just something to kind of ponder on as well. But I think Meslier is very underrated. If I had to pick one best goalkeeper, I think I'd still go for Robert Sanchez just for the clean sheets. In terms of the potential with the saves and the bonus points, I would argue Meslier and Dean Henderson are the best of the lot. But it's a very interesting debate to be had, and we're going to be covering the best defenders in the budget price range and also midfielders and forwards in future videos. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. Let's get this video to 150 likes, and we're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. It'd be very much appreciated. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, DylanRCM, and also become a patron or a channel member. The links are in the description below. The same goes for the FPL League, so I'd encourage you to join that. All the best of luck for the upcoming FPL season. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your summer break, and I'll see you next time.